Hey, what is up, guys? It's Cadburry, and I tweeted out earlier today that I was going to do some post-game commentaries on whatever game you guys suggested the most. I got a lot of requests to do this Kazakhs games, a couple to do a Leona game, and then a lot of people asking about a Shaco game. I could have done this one. It was 21 minutes, but it wasn't that exciting. I don't think I played very well. I had a lot of easy plays that I made difficult, and I don't know, my team overall just stomped. This game I feel like I really took control, so I opted to take this one and do the commentary on that. This is Diamond 3, as you can see. That's on Season 4 reset. I think it's rank 768, which I'm not too happy with right now, but my placements didn't go that well, and sadly I didn't skip any divisions. I went from D5 to D4 to D3, so I am working my Shaco games up. I know I only have 4 right now. That's probably disappointing to a lot of you, but when I'm duo queuing and stuff like that, it's sealing it so much. So I'm going to go my runes and masters real quick before we start this. My Shaco page is called Enigma, if any of you guys are wondering and you want to look it up. So you can see I run attack speed reds, armor yellows, AP blues, and greater quints, which is flat AD. I'll kind of explain this a bit. Attack speed is extremely good with machete right now. I'm just going to switch over to the game real quick, turn this going so it shows me. Okay, wait. So I can pause this real quick. Machete gives you... whoa, hello. I hit pause. Alright, this isn't going to pause. Alright, I guess we're just going to play this through. So Machete gives you 5 health per hit, 10 bonus magic damage, and then 10% bonus damage as well. So you get a lot of HP back, you do more damage, everything about it is just really great. And then masteries, a lot of people are going to question this one, but I tried them out and I really like it. I run 30 points in offense. Earlier in the season I was doing 21-9, I tried 21-09, like 9-12-9 or whatever adds up to, you know, I did some weird stuff, but this has been the best thing for me. It gives you really good early game presence, which is most important on Shaco. And all my hater talk about how Shaco's garbage and bad is kind of swayed away after I switched over to the attack speed reds. It really makes a big difference. You can actually clear your jungle. I think Doran's Blade is absolute garbage start right now. You will get shit on. The only way you can effectively start with a Doran's Blade is if you tax crap out of your lane and make it hard for your laners. So personally, I really like the machete start. I think the new lizard item is extremely good. How do I speed this up? Alright, so plus. So as you can see, at 57 I dropped a box here, and then off cooldown another one. And then as soon as I drop 2 there, I swap over to here, and then start dropping them. You really don't need to drop 4 boxes at red or blue anymore, depending on where you start, purely because the smite cooldown is 40 seconds at rank 1. So by the time you finish this camp and this camp, or blue and wolves, your smite cooldown will be back up. So just use your smite on red, really. You can see how fast it'll do this. I told Rumble to back up because I could have smited this much earlier and then gotten a lot of that box damage onto these smaller rates, but it's not a big deal. Oh, let me swap back. T. There we go. So I get these 2, I'll pull them out, and it'll make it really easy. Let me move my mouse. Why is it doing this? Alright, it should be direct camera. Let's speed it up. That box will finish it off for me. And if you do this properly, so you have 140 mana, Q is 90, box is 50, so you can do that perfectly without having mana. Hop over here. And the reason I opted to start this route is because bottom lane generally doesn't ward early on. They usually ward it in the lane, like either this brush or this brush. Actually, let me turn the vision on to purple. So as you can see, like we have a ward there, but come in. We end up picking up first blood on the ignite from Leona. I probably should have slowed that down. Anyway, it was a really easy gank. Once Leona hits 2, she has a root and a stun, so I opted to start up there just because I figured it would be more beneficial. And I think the biggest thing in solo queue right now is snowballing your AD carry. Most people will play a tanky top laner like Dr. Mundo, Shyvana, anything like that, and the best way to kill them is to have a really fat AD carry that can get a fast Last Whisper, Infinity Edge, so on. So with that being said, keep their AD carry down. They won't kill your tanky guy, and if you get your AD carry ahead, they'll be able to kill their tanky guy, and generally you'll win solo queue like that. Obviously, mid is really strong too because someone like Ziggs or Gragas can just instantly remove an AD carry from the map. I think top lane has the least amount of impact on the game right now, so I generally do not like to camp that. But this is a gank that I do right here. I stealth up, Zed gets greedy for CS. I'm able to get a Shiv and Ignite on him. Probably didn't have to Ignite him, but you can see I'm off to an early 101 start. I could have killed this Lee Sin right here. He gets really cocky jumping in on me like that. But I wanted to play it smart. Once he hits his Q, and that's all the damage he's really going to do to me, he'll slow my attack speed up and stuff like that. But not a big deal. Just going to farm mid out. I do farm a bit more than I used to on Shaco, just because, like I said, with the attack speed reds and all that stuff, you can actually keep your HP pool up pretty good. And I think I do these camps. Just drop a box. Pretty standard stuff. Drop a box and use your mana to, you know, whether it's C and Shiv to clear the camp faster. Especially when you know you're going back to base. Just do not bother saving mana or cooldowns or anything like that. So I'm heading back to base. I believe I pick up Berserker Greaves and a Doran's Blade. That's why I opted to do those camps. This is just going to give me better ganking power early on. It's 8 attack damage, health, so if I do get counter ganked, I'll be fine. And then I get 5 HP back on top of that. And it does stack with the machete, so every time I auto attack, I'm getting 10 HP. So I think this is a really good item to get second on Shaco. Whether you're behind or ahead, both are good. And then Berserker Greaves are kind of speak for themselves. Move speed will get me in position for ganks better, and I'll just do more damage overall, and heal myself more. Everything about it is just beneficial. So once again, gonna go on to Leona, or gonna go down here because Leona lane just makes easy ganks. I know they have no flash because I was already there, and this is just an easy kill. Jinx gets another one, and she's off to a 101 start. I'm 102. I think Leona got the first blood last time, so only a 6 CS lead, but that's okay. I can't head middle. Actually, I can't. Kazakhstan, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to continue farming. Speed this up. Very standard stuff. Drop a box. Auto attack. Spam my abilities. Once you get the Spirit Stone, I believe it's called. Yeah, because the Sporadem Sight Stone. Oh, wait. Let me hop back real quick. Actually, I don't get anything on this kill. Thought it was a different part of the game. So I'm just going to continue grabbing my buffs. I forgot that I started red this game, because generally I start blue if I'm on purple side. It's just a good idea. But like I said, I'm not a big fan of ganking top lane lately. I don't think it's worth it. I just don't think the benefit's there. So I'm gonna go back and get Spirit Stone. Spirit Stone is pretty overpowered right now, in my opinion. Why does it keep doing this? Deal 20% bonus damage, which is great, and then restore 8% of damage dealt as health and 4% as mana. You can honestly spam your abilities all day long on Shaco. Well, not on Shaco, just on any champion. Whether it's, you know, Gragas is a big one right now, and you'll never run out. You can deceive into a camp, drop a box, and then Shiv. So he's coming to ward right now. Leona drops a really good ultimate, but Thresh is completely overpowered. And this time he doesn't get away because Jinx has an execute ult as an AD carry, which makes absolutely no sense. I pinged the dragon because we had to kill on bottom. Kazakhs, I think, opted to evolve his Q first. Don't know how I can tell that, but I think he did. So he should do like 10% damage. And the fact that I'm doing pretty well in Shaco. I got Spirit Stone, a Doran's Blade, and Berserker Greaves, so that's a really easy dragon for us. We're only up 200 gold, even though we have the dragon, and we got first blood and all that stuff, which is not good. While you're in the game, you don't really know that. I assumed at this point we were very far ahead. We had first blood, we're even on kills, we got a dragon. Everything's going our way. So, let's speed this up. Just going to continue farming. The big thing with Shaco that I think I do oftentimes is I try to force stuff, and that's really the last thing you want to do as a jungler. You always want to look for opportunities and take the opportunities when they come, but not try to force. It's hard to describe what I'm getting at. Alright, so this dude goes in. I see Zed's going to jump back to his ultimate. I'm able to Q and then throw a Shiv right there. I'll hop back on that one real quick and show, okay. So, if I pause it, no, can't pause this, but let's jump back one more time to make this a really easy play to watch. Alright, so he's going to ult on his Kazakhs as soon as I come in. I drop a box here. So he ulted right there. That's his ult shadow, that's his W. He's going to jump back to that. So instead of running up to catch him here, I move back down and make sure I can get him. A really easy play. 2-0-3 now. Looking really strong. Lee Sin's in the middle lane again. Put the camera on me and move about. This is going to be really fast. I try to scare him off, but Lee Sin is just way too much mobility against Shaco. I tend to say that everyone counters Shaco, but Lee Sin, Man, I want to say Nocturne, Rammus. There's a lot of champions that do really well versus Shaco. Lee Sin's definitely one of them. His mobility, his stealth detection, his damage output, attack speed slow, everything in his kit is just really good against Shaco. He can kick him away if things get too hairy, yeah, just stuff like that. So it's about 11:43. I'm going to clear Wraith, and I could start heading towards my red buff, but I know I'm kind of late on it due to the fact that I thought I started blue earlier, and I was like, oh, I screwed this up. I started red this game for some reason. So I'm waiting here. We don't know what's warded. I asked my sport that I'm duo queued with. I'm like, hey, what's warded? He isn't really sure, so we're going to look to force something. We'll see what happens. I think he drops an ultimate. They kind of read it because Jinx moved up, which is fine. Puts pressure on the lane, which is good enough. Sometimes that's all you really need in a lane, is just to show your presence and pressure. I kind of want to look at all vision right now. So they had no wards here, so for all they know, I'm sitting here waiting. We saw Lee Sin come down through try with our ward, so we don't know that they don't know. It's kind of a mind gamey thing to say that, but they have no idea that I could be sitting in that bush, so they kind of have to play. They have to respect that, which is really good. And that's obviously something you want to do as a jungler. Force someone to respect where your positioning is on the map. So let's switch this back to purple. I know I can do that with F2 and F3 now. As you can see, I got my lizard item. Only 56 gold from it. I know a lot of people hate on this item really hard, but the jungle sustain you get is ridiculous. Just look at my mana shooting up. That's just from auto-attacking. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. On top of it, you get cooldown reduction, which I think is the most nobody values it on Shaco. It's just undervalued. It's really, really, really good on Shaco. That's more deceives, more shivs, more boxes, faster ult cooldown. Everything about it is just really good. On top of it, you get attack damage, which scales on your shiv, makes your Q hit harder, makes your clone hit harder, obviously, as well. And then the true damage, it's 32 over 3 seconds, which, you know, isn't the craziest thing in the world, but it helps. And I don't know. And then the conservation stacks. At the end of the game, I'll show you how much gold I managed to stack up. Like I said, currently it's 65. And as you can see, my Jinx is 4-1 because of the consistent ganks that I put on bottom lane. We catch Zed roaming down there. He just got a shutdown on her. So I rotate to the middle lane and start pressuring it rather than sitting in my jungle just farming. If Zed comes in, which he does, as soon as he W's in, I kind of tell my Kha'Zix, like, let's go. But he jumps out way too early despite me having tower aggro, and I end up falling. We do get the kill, but we easily could have killed him just because he used his W, and then gotten a tower as well and managed to get out with no deaths. But it was kind of poorly executed by the Kha'Zix. We do get the middle tower, so it's completely worth. He does have the shutdown on me, though. A little bit of a bummer, but it does happen. Can't be too upset with him. I'm going to start getting a Hydra next. I think this is the best combo on every jungler, whether it's Lee Sin, Kha'Zix, Shaco, is Tiamat with Spirit of the Elder Lizard, or Hydra, whatever one you want to get. Obviously, you generally want to upgrade to the Hydra because of the lifesteal on it, but I think I'm going to take this blue buff just because I play pretty selfish lately, and I think it really helps me carry the games. This blue buff's going to give me... How much CDR am I going to get with this? I'm at 25%. I don't think that's showing, including my lizard, because blue buff on itself I thought gave a lot more. Okay, never mind. I do have 25%. So that's really good. 25% CDR is, 40's cap, so I am getting a lot. Obviously not the most, though. But it is put my Shiv on a 6-second cooldown, Deceive on a 8.25, and Box at 12. This game was pretty rough. Top's getting massacred because Lee keeps ganking him, and he's complaining pretty often in the game. I don't have the chat up. You can just see item purchase and stuff. But he was complaining pretty bad, but we're punishing every time. We've gotten a dragon nearly every time it's been up when Lee Sin's up there. So that's 232 gold for me, and then 1 something for my team. It's based on the average player level. So just going to continue farming. Currently at 173 extra gold. Like I said, it's not like it wriggles where you're fighting to make your gold back. You make your gold. This item is really cost efficient. Like I said, CDR, attack damage, true damage, and the fact that you get ridiculous life steal and mana steal in the jungle. Obviously, that doesn't apply to minions in lane or to like passive regen like it used to have, but I like this new passive a lot more. I think it's going to get nerfed a little bit. I think it's a little bit too much. That, or they're going to change it to, well, it's already halved for AoE spells. I don't really know what they can do to it. I think it's great on Shaco. I think it's a little bit too much on other champions. So I hop into the lane. I tried making it to this bush, but they don't really let me. They do initiate here. I'm really behind. They don't even need me here. It's pretty funny. Actually, I do come in for this. This could have gone to Jinx, but I ended up taking it just because I wouldn't have gotten assist or anything there. They didn't need me at all. Leona does a really good job of tanking the tower. So right now I'm 4-1-3, 69 CS. Lee Sin's got a huge CS lead on me. He's participated in a fair amount of the kills. And as you can see, we're only up about 2,000 gold right now, which for 2 dragons and having a tower on them is not anything spectacular. This Lee Sin makes a really dumb move right here, so I'm going to slow this down. He's against 3 people. That tower had maybe 10% HP when he got that close to clear minions. He kicks me away, and this Jinx lands the meanest fucking zap. I thought it hit that minion when I was in the game. It wasn't as crazy as I thought it was, but that was in slow-mo, I guess in real time. So I ended up getting a 500 gold shutdown. Like I said, 75 CS. Down quite a bit. Rumble dies again. He's 1-5. He's not doing so hot. Our Kazakh's mid is 0-3. So this game's, you know, speed it up. It's looking kind of iffy. The biggest thing for somebody like this Rumble who's just feeding his face off is he's got to look at the big picture. Despite him getting shit on, everybody else in the team's doing rather well. Jinx is 6-2. I'm 5-1. So he really just has to sack up and say, you know what, I got to get carried this game. I got to do my best not to feed. I got to ward, help my team out wherever I can, pressure the map, so on and so forth. I think too many people give up based on their personal performance, and it does suck, but you really have to look at the big picture. I had a game today where I think I was 0-3. I lost multiple kills because I just didn't perform. I didn't play mechanically well. Like, I should have had 2 or 3 kills, no deaths, and really helped my team out. But I was playing bad. I gave up some kills, but the rest of my team was just dominating. I didn't have to do anything. And then I finally was like, I was on Skype, and Sooner was like, dude, just chill out. You're playing fine. You made a couple mistakes. It's cool. So with that being said, I was like, okay. I looked at the scoreboard. Our top lane's like 6-1. Our bot lane's 5-1. Mid was like 2-0. You know, everybody was doing really well, and eventually I ended up like 3-3-5, which isn't a terrible score. I did control dragon and stuff, so I was just being a little bit too hard on myself, and I don't know. So you can see Rumble's going to go down again. Lee Sin's constantly up there, but they're really not gaining anything for this. We've taken bottom tower, we've taken dragons, and they're still down gold. Like, they're feeding off of somebody who's not worth anything, and it could work. It could make the Rumble very upset. This is pretty crazy that this dude manages to trade a kill here. So this guy opts not to run through there. I was pretty surprised by that, but it's okay. So we trade 1 for 1. They get the top tower, but we're going to punish them by taking the inner tower. So all these roams the top lane, it's just making Rumble upset, but our team's really, like, just coming out on top. Right here I get caught. This is a really bad play by me. I block his Q with a box, and I was like, why is this guy still chasing me? So I deceive away, and I was like, as soon as I see him up here, I was like, I'm fucking dead. And what do you know? Ken comes in from the side. He managed to kill top without his ultimate, which kind of sucked. Putting me at 5-2. You can see at my Tiamat now. This is up to 300 bonus gold. So in my opinion, this is just all extra gold because this item is very, very, very cost efficient. I know I've said that like 60 times, but I agree with it full-heartedly. I'm gonna speed this up, try to get us to a. I'm dead for a while. So Jinx is 6-2. He's not even farming that well. He should have a lot more farm for the fact that bot lane got massacred that hard. I've been using the word massacred instead of like stomped or beat, because that's really what happened. They just got crushed so hard. Lee Sin gets kind of caught here. Leona saves her ultimate. It's okay. He manages to get away, but we do secure a blue buff. And look how fast you clear a camp with these items. Granted, I'm really fed, and generally you won't have these items at 21 minutes. Don't run out of mana. I do have a blue buff, but I'm able to spam all my abilities. Like, I can Q into a camp, box, shiv, and I'm still full mana, even if I didn't have blue buff because of the 4%. It's based on the amount of damage you do, so every time shiv's off cooldown, I throw it, full mana. It's such a great item. A lot of people argue with me to the death that Doran's Blade is still a great start. I tried it a couple times this season, and I think it's the biggest hit or miss. It's you put yourself at like this high risk, high reward. Like, it's not even high reward in my opinion. It's just stupid. We'll put it that way. So with Tiamat and the Lizard item, you have insane wave clear. You have good damage. You saw how fast I took that. So I was gonna go for this top tower. It is somewhat low, not crazy low, but low enough. And I see my team's like, hey, Lee Sin's doing it. So I'm telling him, go in, go in, go in, I'm coming. And they end up seeing Lee Sin here. He has to hop over the wall, and my team continues to do the dragon, and I head down. Once he throws that Q out, I tell him, just hold your damage, hold your damage. Alright, his Q falls off. Lee's cooldown is on, or Q is on cooldown for a little bit. Pick up our 3rd dragon of the game, and we're now only up 1.7k gold, despite having 3 dragons and a tower on them, due to, obviously, the farm and lanes. Mid lane, I wish they would stack this properly. I'm ahead of Lee Sin now, actually, in farm, only by 1, which isn't a big deal. Jinx is getting out farmed despite having a bunch of kills on their Draven. And my teammate actually gets caught right here, which is kind of crappy. Only so much I can do. So yeah, we're getting out farmed despite having huge leads. Rumble got crushed, so that's why he's down like 50 CS. And 2 members just got caught in the middle lane. Rumble's 1-8. This guy's probably what we would say is Moy, which means mentally out of it. He's pretty upset. I don't think his item choice was very good for getting rocked by a cannon. If you're getting beat that hard, you shouldn't rush a Liandry's. So right here, I try to use my clone, manage to clear the tower, buy enough time from the rest of my teammates to get here. Speed this up, put it on me. I do not have Zeal yet. They do take the bottom tower, but there's only so much we can do. And right here, this is... I start doing this, and Draven, despite being 1-4 and Jinx being so far ahead of him, almost beats us. I think this champion does a little bit too much damage. Like, that was a 5-2 and a 6-2 like champions with good farm, I would say, versus I just don't understand how he almost beat us. Even with barrier and flash and all that stuff, he didn't do anything. It was spectacular. He almost killed us. Mind-blowing. So I head back to base. I have Static Shiv now. Yep, Static Shiv, Lizard, and Hydra at 24 minutes. Doing extremely well. Speed this up. Just going to keep the camera on me. And I think I'm going to start pressuring the side lanes because I'm very confident in my ability to duel anybody on their team. Actually... Okay, yeah. Let me slow this down. They catch the... Just going to block that so he can't get anything on me. My team starts to back out here. Like, I'm so strong, and for some reason they're running. It was really bothering me, but we end up getting a kill there. Zed almost takes me down here. And I actually get out with a double kill. 7-2 now. And I'm looking very good. He actually had a Randuin's. I probably used my ultimate at the wrong time. Should have waited for Lee to drop his E. And timed it so I can maybe dodge that, but it ends up working out in the long run. T. I ended up picking up a pickaxe because I was unsure if I want to get... Well, one, how much gold do you have when you go back? You really have to decide, do I want to save up for a BF sword or, you know, get a pickaxe or whatever it may be. Same thing works at bot lane or any other lane. So we catch this Draven up here. Pretty out of position. Let me hop back and show you guys what happens here. So I see Draven. He's looking very confident. He's leading his axes to get to the tower, so I initiate onto him. I'm hitting him pretty good, but I actually get caught by the Thresh hook. He hits me with his ultimate and another axe. Thresh flash ults ignites me. So I'm getting pretty low. Decide to lifesteal off golems because I get 8% of the damage I do to those back, and it manages to keep me alive. And we pick up a 0 for 2, despite Rumble and I getting pretty damn low. And then Kennen pressures the bottom lane. So right here I kind of say, I have this pickaxe, I can get a Last Whisper, which will help me duel against Kennen and the Lee Sin. But I was like, you know what, I'd rather just kill this, Draven, remove him from the fight. He's actually doing a lot of damage, and it'll actually help me duel Zed. Zed has no armor, so... There's the insane wave clear of Hydra and the Lizard item. Speed this up. I think we get in a fight rather soon. I end up taking this blue buff. I don't think Kha'Zix deserves it. He hasn't been playing very well. He's low on farm, considering he's a mid laner for 26 minutes. His kills haven't been too well, and sure, someone can argue that I've been taking every blue buff from him, but honestly, I don't think Kha'Zix is that reliant on blue buff. I think it helps him, but I don't think it's like a game-breaking thing for him in the middle lane. It used to be because he used to max W and spam that to clear, but now you just kind of auto-attack and use your Qs. Okay, so what happens right here? Jinx gets caught somehow, and our team really sets up the fight. Rumble just says, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna ult right here. Not really sure why, and then it's like go time. I just send my ult in. I don't want to Q in right away because it was pretty risky. I more than likely would have just gotten blown up. So I'm doing whatever damage I can with my ultimate, grabbing stragglers at the back, and then I hop forward, able to get him, and my dude Kha'Zix goes from like getting, I wouldn't say getting crushed, but not doing so hot to a quadra kill by a good engage from Rumble and Leona, and then, you know, follow up from the rest of the team. So I pinged Baron, but we were getting called that we can't do it because it was only me, Rumble, Leona, and Jinx just spawned. But we finally see Jinx running down the line, like, all right, let's go. You see, I was heading towards the dragon there, but this was just a much better call. There's still on timers, like if you hit tab, well, you can see it over here, but if you're in game, you just hit tab, you can see like, oh, nobody's gonna be up. By the time their smite is up, Dragon's he's gonna have to run all the way from there to there. So this is a really, really safe bet. So pick up the Baron. I think actually everybody on our team gets it because Kha'Zix just spawned, and that's pretty huge. And Dragon is up as well. We are down 2 towers, but this is gonna be every single dragon in the game. Actually, do we get this one? No, we start moving towards it, but I make a really bad decision of running through mid lane, so he gets sight of me. Gives him a really good idea of what's going on. And I was going to jump on either one of them here, but I see Thresh coming to you by a good ward on our part. Leona's forced to drop her ultimate, and then we got to back out. So we do have to give this dragon up, I believe, which isn't a big deal because we did just get the bearing, so it's okay that we did that. Oh, actually Zed face checks me, and I'm really fed. This is pretty dumb of him. And again, I have Ignite ticking on me. I got down to 45 HP, but the lifesteal kept me alive. Kind of lucky there, and Leona's a little bit out. I potentially could have jumped back in there and got the Draven, but I don't think it would have been a good idea. He actually has a lot of HP, so this is probably a good idea that I go. I do decide to go back in here, even though I see Lee Sin. And I more than likely should have gone on the Lee Sin there, but I opt to go on the Thresh and then work on Lee Sin. I do fall to Ignite, and they get a shutdown on me for 432 gold. So right now I'm 10-3, 10-3-9. This is where I'm kind of saying, do I get a Last Whisper or an Infinity Edge? And I obviously make the baller decision to get that Infinity Edge just to remove this Draven or the Zed from the map. Zed cannot duel me with Infinity Edge. You got to think about it. It's nearly like 2 people hitting you with an Infinity Edge because of my clone. And if he ults the wrong person, there's just so many factors. So let's speed this up a little bit. Just a lot of filler time, I guess. So Draven, despite being down, he's actually ahead of like Jinx and CS, which shouldn't happen. When you have that big of a lane lead, that means you're just missing a lot of CS. So I tell my team, you know, let's push a lane. I'm gonna go bottom. Ooh, too slow. And the massive wave clear. I'm going to get really farmed by doing this. And the benefit of split push, obviously, is one, you can pressure 2 lanes, and if the person can't duel you straight up, it's going to force somebody else on the enemy team to come down. So they're going to have to send 2 people down to prevent me from doing whatever, because Zed can't duel me 1v1. If he could duel me 1v1, it's removing one of their stronger players from the map. So even if you're weak and you're split pushing, and your team can, you know, properly handle the 4v1 or 4v4 situation, you're removing a valuable asset. Let's say this was a Malphite or something like that. I'm removing an unstoppable force from the team fight. So even if I can't duel him, I can just create enough pressure to keep him out of the team fight, which might allow my team to win the team fight because they're not going to have to worry about getting Malphite ulted. For some reason, this guy uses his ult. I thought it was pretty stupid. Right here, he's going to jump on me. I'm just going to Q away. If he had led with his ultimate, he would have killed me. But for some reason, he chose not to. It actually was up. I bait him out, and I'm able to deceive away. I think my team is going to be able to take this tower. Oh, I hit top lane because it's pushing, as you can see the wave up there. And my team decides to fight, but Jinx is strong enough that it doesn't matter. Kha'Zix goes in, gets a lot of damage off, and then Jinx just runs the cleanup crew. So I was kind of nervous about that, but Zed wasn't in the fight. He's just getting off spawn now. And Jinx was huge. Good damage from Kha'Zix, and obviously good peel and initiate from Leona. So I hit top lane, slow this up a little bit, just clear the lane instantly, and then farm this up. Zed comes, but I think I back out here. Oh, this is just a toy game. Like, he's got lifesteal, I have lifesteal. Anytime I get low, I can just go and hit minions, like, full HP. because I get Hydra, Lifesteal, plus the 8% for my Spirit item. How much gold has that earned me right now? So 700 gold earned from that. It's pretty damn good in my opinion, especially for what the stats that it gives you. That is in a 35-minute game. Let's move this up. I think Zed, again, like I said, Zed's nine kills, so he can kill our Jinx if he wants to. He has Blade of the King, Ghost Blade, Last Whisper. I don't really agree with the Ghost Blade, but so I'm just gonna toy around in this area while my bot lane continues the pressure. They end up catching Lee Sin out in his jungle. So Zed has to duel me or, you know, go to the team fight. He ends up he just keeps jumping on me for some reason. It's always good to have boxes down. If I didn't have that box down, I would have for sure died there. Because as soon as he moves up here again, actually he doesn't get feared for a second time. But if I didn't have that box there, he could have ulted me. For some reason, he chooses not to lead with his ult, even though he's like WEQing me for 60% of my HP. If he just ulted and then EQ'd, he'd probably kill me because I built Glass Cannon. I'm even opting to get a Last Whisper. So my bot lane's continuing to push there. And I'm just hanging out in the top lane. I use my ult to force this tower down. Probably not the best decision, but nothing to worry about there. And I think that they engage on bot lane and I rotate. I'm trying to remember. So 778 gold. I got really fed this game. I think I made some pretty good decisions. If you guys have any questions or anything, feel free to ask in the comments section. I believe this is the last team fight. Yeah, I run over here and I just hop this wall and maybe cheese a kill or two. We'll see. Put it on T. Actually, no. Just move on to the tower. Let my team do the rest of the cleanup. Snowballing Jinx obviously worked out really well. Got him kills. He farmed well. And he just continued to push his lead. So that's that. I do want to show you guys the summary of this match to show you how well I did in the jungle. 10-3. Oh, it's not... Okay, it is actually going to show... it doesn't show the exact amounts, but I actually out-farmed my AD carry this game. Despite him having more kills and everything else, I had less farm than him too, which is pretty crazy, and I owe it all to this item. I know a lot of people still going to bash on it, but I think that was a really good item. So, like I said, if you guys have any questions about runes, masteries, decision-making, anything like that, feel free to ask me, and thanks for watching. I'll catch you another time.